What do you make of the developments of the day in the Trump case, and what will ultimately be Merrick Garland's view of this case?
Well, it seems to me that the developments of the day were all designed to make clear that the rule of law that Merrick Garland so thoughtfully spoke about when he was introducing new citizens to the United States of America, that the rule of law is going to prevail. A split screen would have shown that almost at the same time that Merrick Garland was giving that speech praising the rule of law, Donald Trump was addressing a rally, and he was embracing QAnon, and he was saying in no uncertain terms that if they come after me, then there's going to be hell to pay. There will be violence. There will be terrible problems. And he's speaking to a crowd that is giving what looks frighteningly like a Nazi salute. They're raising their hands with one finger, cheering this monstrous speech. It seems to me that what happened in the courtroom today was what happens when grown-ups take over. You know, Andrew Weissman compared it to the feeling that an astronaut might have on returning to Earth. I think of it as the feeling that I had when sort of returning from the fantasy land of watching Judge Cannon ignore all the canons of the law and simply doing what seemed sensible to her in order to help Donald Trump, returning from that fantasy land to the classroom that I used to teach in, where the law actually had something to do with the outcome. That was like returning to Earth. And it seems to me that because Donald Trump's lawyers clearly have no case to press, they say, we're just not ready to tell you whether any of these documents have been declassified, even though our client on what he calls Truth Social hints that they were. And the judge quite rightly presses and says, but didn't your client bring this lawsuit? Isn't it his burden to establish that he has some basis to get these documents back rather than have them protected as secrets that belong to the government? When that happened, it really seemed to me that the game was up. And what does it all mean? What it all means is that quite apart from whatever indictments come down from Georgia and quite apart from whatever indictments come down for attempting to overturn the election and fomenting a violent insurrection, it's impossible not to indict Donald Trump for violating the Espionage Act, for violating it by withholding top secret government information knowingly, willingly, after being advised by his lawyers that that these documents had to be returned to the government, and for doing that in an unsecure location. That's a very serious crime, not just a technical crime. It's not just a matter of some dispute over storing things in one locker rather than another. This is espionage, and it endangers the security of the United States. So Merrick Garland won't have any choice. It used to look like a hard decision for him. Now it's really quite an easy one. It's going to be tough for the nation to swallow, but even tougher for all of us in the long run would be to swallow the specter of someone violating the national security laws of the United States and getting away with it. That just can't be the law. And I think what we saw in a serious courtroom today, presided over by a mature judge who knows what he's doing, what we saw is a glimpse of what is going to come down, and that is Donald Trump will finally, for the first time in his life, be held accountable. And I think the United States will be the better for it.